So when Christine leaves Janelle's over there being all stoic, like, no big deal, I'm totally fine. But we all know what's going on behind those eyes, because let's face it, we've all seen the ugly cry and those eye tears. Yeah, they can shatter a heart faster than a toddler throwing a tantrum in a store. Janelle's heart, definitely broken. No doubt. Honestly, I think Janelle was probably the only one who actually wanted to be in a plural family. She wasn't raised in the cult like Mary and Christine. She actively chose this life. It wasn't a, well, this is just what my parents did as situation for her. She saw it, thought, yeah, I'm into this, and signed up. Meanwhile, Mary and Christine just did what they were told, and Robyn, oh, she's not just one of the wives, she wants to be the head honcho. Big surprise there, but back to that emotional scene. Janelle's usual no-nonsense vibe is so strong you almost forget she's human. The camera crew had to practically chase her down to catch that raw, vulnerable moment. You could see how hard it was for her to admit just how much Christine really meant to her, especially as she's walking out the door. I mean, how do you process the fact that the one person who truly gets you is leaving? She, honestly, seemed like she cried more for Christine than for Kody. I mean, can we really blame her? Totally understandable. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I just rewatched last week's episode, and the first time I was too focused on Kody, talking about faking it, or performing gag. But on the second rewatch, the truth hit me like a freight train. Remember when Mary said that Kody doesn't feel or consider himself married to me, and then Robyn, in the most dramatic whisper possible, says that's not true. Speaking for Kody, she continues, saying that she and Kody disagree, and here's where Kody finally loses his temper, cutting her off to drop this bomb, and this is the agreement you required of me in order to get married. This agreement that I gave you, our sacred covenant, was that if I'm ever not in love with you, I won't just sit here in a pathetic place with you. You made me promise that, boom, that is 100% proof that Robyn knew exactly what was going on with Kody and the original 3 wives before they even got married. There is absolutely no reason for her to have him promise this sacred covenant unless she already knew he was in a pathetic place with the OG3 Robyn. Just doesn't want Kody to admit on camera that the past 18 seasons have basically been one big performance on his part. But the truth is, she's been in the know from the start. And this agreement gave her the green light to start poisoning the family dynamics. She can't pretend otherwise. Anymore? Also, can we talk about the audacity of Kody? Imagine him pulling Robyn aside during their courtship, pouring his heart out about how he got into polygamy to please his dad, how he's just doing his duty by the women he married, and then, of course, how it's completely different with Robyn. Sure, buddy, completely different. Except for the part where you left Mary in a pathetic place for the last 8 years. Unreal. And don't even get me started on the moderator, seriously. How is she not asking the real question? Why isn't she grilling Kody about the financial mess he and Robyn are in now that they lost the 3 wives propping up their lifestyle? Let's talk about Janelle, who contributed her hard-earned money to that $1 million homestead and has nothing in her name. This whole Robyn's fake tears and Kody's lies thing is getting old. We need Kody to take responsibility for the garbage way he's treated his wives and children. They keep recycling the same tired drama over and over again, and it's beyond frustrating. Oh, and here's the kicker. Even if Robyn didn't know exactly what was going on, it's not unheard of in polygamy for a wife to be put out to pasture. You know, where they withhold time, affection, attention, and even resources from a wife when she's no longer in favor. I wouldn't be surprised if Robyn had seen that kind of thing happen in her own life. Oh, Robyn always ready with a "you're not in the right headspace" when it suits her. Let's just take a moment to wonder what Kody was actually about to say before she cut him off. Shall we? I'm willing to bet my paycheck. He was about to make some half-baked self-serving statement, because when has he not? The man genuinely thinks the land is his to do with as he pleases, and in his mind Mary deserves less, just because she only has one child. That little jab about her not sharing resources, infuriating Mary's been forgotten and left behind since Liam graduated and moved out. We saw how involved she was when the kids were younger, but no one remembers that now, do they? Moving to Vegas was the nail in the coffin? But maybe that was the plan all along. I'm dying to know what Kody was about to say. Robyn sure made it clear that the land she considers hers, you know, the one she already got, hundreds of thousands of dollars for the down payment on her $1 million home, with plus 4 acres is just for her kids. Mary's property, on the other hand, is only for Leon, who I might add isn't even involved in this mess. Mary gave up her Vegas equity to help Robyn buy her fancy house and doesn't have any other assets to fall back on. Meanwhile, Janelle's left with a measly 4 acres to divide between her 6 kids, also losing her Vegas equity and having nothing else to rename. What was Kody going to add to this? Another grand plan for how he can make more money off the property, or maybe a brilliant scheme to disinherit his children. With Christine, who knows? Maybe Suki will ask the right questions during the tell, all fingers crossed. But honestly, Kody and Robyn, they're trash. Straight up greedy, grifting garbage humans. You know, it honestly feels like Kody was about to say something, like his land isn't for all the kids. He's all about loyalty these days, right? So I'm betting he's planning to leave everything to Robyn's kids and cut out everyone else. It's not even subtle at this point, and let's not forget how Marie's been treated. She's been the one pulling her weight in this family. While Kody strung her along, she doesn't share resources, he says. Dude, she's your resources. She's the one who was always contributing, always there, while Kody was busy playing favorites, and making her feel like she was somehow less, because she didn't pop out a ton of kids. How heartbreaking is that infertility miscarriage? Those are painful enough on their own. But then on top of that, she has to be constantly surrounded by her pregnant sister wives and their babies for years. Can you even imagine? And to top it all off, she has to keep proving her worth because she only has one child. Like, seriously, no one should be made to feel less valuable. Because of that, Mary deserves better. She's been a constant, giving everything she could while being sidelined by Kody and Robyn's constant greed. It's just gross, This scenario seems like a typical situation in the polygamous community, doesn't it? I can almost picture it. The wives gradually become sidelined as the kids grow up, and eventually the husband just settles into retirement with his favorite wife, leaving the others to quietly fade into the background. Not that they're officially cast aside or anything, but there's definitely a sense of abandonment as they become estranged from one another. Some of the wives keep it civil, some don't. Classic dynamics, right? It's fascinating in a sad way to think about how many of these plural marriages truly survive once the kids leave the nest and the whole family gets older. My guess. Not many. Then there's Christine's mom, who's on camera talking about how she risked eternal damnation just to escape the clutches of polygamy. Talk about a dramatic exit. Kody's own mom chimes in, admitting she deliberately made Janelle's mom's life hell out of pure jealousy. Janelle's mom, she sums it up succinctly. It was hell, I guess misery really does love company. Now, Bonnie. Mary's mom. Wow, I had no idea she was the last of her sister wives standing. That definitely puts Mary's stubbornness into perspective. No wonder she held on for so long, and as others have pointed out, it wasn't until her mom passed away that Mary even considered leaving. It's like she was clinging to faith for dear life. Perhaps because Bonnie had told her the others had failed. And that was why Mary was so invested in the system. All in all, this is a deeply flawed structure. These marriages are rarely built on romantic love. They're more about multiplying and perpetuating the system. Favorites are a given, and older women, well, they get put out to pasture, metaphorically speaking. It's all too predictable, and then there's Kody with his charming. Plenty of marriages are like that comment when Christine pointed out the lack of intimacy between them. Clearly, he's seen it before in polygamous marriages where one wife is just kind of left to deal with the fallout. Good for Christine for moving on. As for Janelle, though, I think she may have accepted it, but what really got to her was how Kody treated her kids' priorities, right? Wow, Coyote passed Kody's plan to keep a plot for the family is absolutely shocking. Most of your children won't even talk to you, Kody, so who exactly is this family for? It's so obvious he wants it to be for Robyn's kids, not anyone else's. The financial manipulation here is unreal. They've hidden money in art and jewelry, and both their names are even on Christine's lot. This is beyond outrageous. I really hope Mary and Janelle wake up and take action armed with solid evidence of what they've contributed to the family fund. This whole thing is just a blatant power grab, and for the family, please, it was always meant to be in Kody's name, right? Just another way to screw over the other wives and keep the lion's share for himself. If the ex-wives ever contest this in court, I wouldn't want to be the judge having to unravel this mess. No way. I think Mary nailed it when she said, I understand. I understand exactly what he's saying because family now means Kody and Robyn. And that's it. Kody thinks he's entitled to keep everything from all the marriages just because he's the man in his mind. That's the way it's supposed to be, according to a religion he barely even believes in. The worst part, Christine. Mary and Janelle are probably just going to walk away. They're so done with Kody and Robyn that they won't fight for a damn thing. They got totally screwed, and Kody and Robyn made sure of it. They've manipulated everything, so the wives have no legal standing. It's like they played a chess game with the wives. Money, and now it's so entangled that it'll take expensive forensic accountants to untangle it. Kody and Robyn have somehow trapped the wives into legal positions where they have no claim, and now they're at the mercy of Kody and Robyn's generosity when it comes to dividing the assets. Spoiler alert that generosity isn't happening. Now it all makes sense. The sacrifices I made to love you line is no longer just a random dramatic outburst. It's an understatement of the highest order. Turns out Kody never really loved the other wives. They were just part of his religious duty. Sure, people will want to argue that it's a lie, but honestly, it might be the most truthful thing he's ever said. It's a sad truth. But it is what it is. When Kody met Robyn through Mary, it was like a light bulb went off in his head. For the first time, he experienced what he thought was true: romantic love. And it completely changed him. Unfortunately, the other wives and kids had to be the collateral damage for his little religious experiment. Now, we can look back at that sacrifices I made line with new eyes. Kody's always seen Robyn as this poor, innocent victim. Meanwhile, the affection he reluctantly gave to Christine. Yeah, that was just a waste in his eyes. That energy could have been spent on Robyn. And that's what really ticked him off in that moment. He honestly believes that his life with the first three wives was nothing but a waste of time. And if we're being honest, he's straight up resentful of the fact that they aren't Robyn. Then there's Mary, who's so thrilled to have that special position as the legal wife, only to have it handed over to Robyn. She's clearly enjoying the perks, the nicer house, the secret rings, the constant validation from Kody about their love. She's loving it. But here's the tragic part. Christine literally begged Kody to treat her the same as Robyn, to be on equal footing. Kody, of course, couldn't be bothered to put two and two together since he adores Robyn. He thinks the special treatment he gives her is totally justified. But Christine wanting that same treatment annoying in Kody's world when you love someone you cherish them. And let's face it, he never cherished the first three wives, Robyn. On the other hand, unlocked everything. Kody ever wanted the fame, the money, the validation from both a woman and his children. It was all waiting for him with her. The first three marriages were filled with uncertainty and drama, but not with Robyn. She encouraged Kody to show affection in front of her because she always felt secure in his love. Meanwhile, the other wives, they had no clue how he'd react to anything. His passive-aggressive behavior kept them constantly walking on eggshells, And let's not forget the knife in the kidneys. Comment Kody's rage at the idea of wasting his life with women and children who weren't Robyn and her kids. That's where that venom came from. Robyn is never going to leave him and her kids. They've been trained to worship him. But let's be real here. Does Kody really love Robyn when you watch the way they interact? Does that even look like love? Honestly, Kody seems like a textbook narcissist who's incapable of genuine love if he can't love his own children. How can he possibly love anyone else? The way he manipulates everything is just mind-boggling. He's all about the lies, the false narratives, and the ego boost. And Robyn, she's just feeding that ego, giving him everything he needs to keep him happy. But if anything changes, finances, energy, whatever, I'm willing to bet Kody's going to come out and admit that he never really loved her either. Oh, and that whole the kids were the easy part. Comment to Christine, please. How the hell would he even know that? Of course it's easy for him. He's got zero responsibility in the whole thing. His whole drama queen routine is just trashy and toxic. Was the sister just another impulsive purchase, honestly? The whole thing on Koyot Pass is beyond baffling. What was the point? It was too small to even supply the homes they theoretically planned to build. Hell. Janelle couldn't even get a water hookup when she glamped in her trailer. Like, what was the idea here? No one's touched the property for actual construction, so why bother? This is the kind of question that never gets asked during the tell. All's anyone care to venture a guess at the logic here? If there even was any spoiler, it was probably just another money pit. But I'm sure nobody's shocked. Call me crazy, but I think the whole thing was just so Kody could have something to film. I mean, what else is he doing all day? Driving around aimlessly or hanging out at home places they conveniently don't want to show on camera. Honestly, I bet he made some buddy a killer deal on a used sister. No one wanted any more. No proof. But it makes sense. He probably needed to look like he was doing something, anything, to make progress on the property in front of the wives. Or hey, maybe TLC chipped in on the costs. Wouldn't be the first time Robyn throwing Christine's name out there as being dramatic. Classic, I mean. Is anyone actually buying that? It's pretty hard to feel sorry for Robyn at this point. She has to know that Christine's saying exactly what everyone else is thinking. But then again, when you're the most loyal diesel model donkey wife who probably spends more time stalking Christine on social media than anything else, I guess logic doesn't really apply. Let's be real, pot meat kettle. Christine can be dramatic, sure, but her drama is more like an exaggerated over-the-top performance that's almost fun to watch. Robyn's drama. Oh, it's the pathetic kind that paints her as the eternal victim. It's almost laughable at this point, especially when we're expected to believe a word she says. I mean, how many times have we heard her whine? I don't understand, make up your mind. Robyn, which is it now? She's trying to rewrite the narrative, acting like Christine's the one calling her dramatic. But in reality, all Christine's doing is reacting real reactions to all the years of petty meanness from Robyn. And honestly, that's just total BS. It's painfully obvious that Kody and Robyn are working overtime this season to turn Christine into the villain. Nice try, though. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and much love to you all.